What is going on, guys? So today we are back with another episode of our beginner's guide to Genshin Impact. Now today specifically I want to talk about XP just in general, because there are a ton of different things that either you can gain XP through, or just leveling up different things like characters and weapons, or your account in general. And there's just a lot of experience being thrown around in the very early game, and it's kind of hard to keep up, or at least it was for me. So I kind of wanted to go over that kind of stuff. This is the first time that you're seeing this channel. Kind of a quick recap on why maybe you would want to listen to me, or maybe you don't. I've been playing since launch, and I've pretty much gotten up to adventure rank 40, which will make a lot of sense after today, why that is kind of important. But you know, I've pretty much been playing non-stop since the game launched, and it's yeah, I may know like one or two things about the game, not a lot. So I guess pretty basically, the first kind of experience that we should talk about is honestly this adventure rank. So adventure rank is basically going to be like a account experience. That's probably the best way that I can think of it. It's generally just an experience level on how much time and effort you have put into this game, because there's not really a great way to just farm adventure rank XP. You can in some sense by going into like certain domains and stuff, but you're going to be locked behind your resin, which is horrible. You can get, a little bit by doing daily missions, which is one of the best ways to actually get it, by completing things in your chapters, from your general chapter book. Doing some bosses is going to give you some, not all of them, but some of the bigger ones like the ley lines and the elite bosses, they will actually give you some adventure rank XP. So yeah, there's quite a few ways to actually get adventure rank. Now, why does adventure rank matter? Well, so adventure rank is kind of how MiHoYo uses its ability to kind of lock you behind certain things. Like co-op is actually not a thing until you get to adventure rank 16. So it's just one of the like few ways that they will kind of keep you interested in the game, but not let you experience everything first. They don't want you to, just start up the game and immediately, get daunted by all these tasks. They want to slow roll you into it. Adventure rank is to help you progress through the game, unlock extra features like you don't actually, I don't think you can even do wishes until what, AR5, I think, something like that. Basically, it's kind of a progression system for your account. Now, also tied to your adventure rank is going to be world level. So you can see that I am currently at world level 5. That's just because at rank 40, that's where it goes. And basically the world level is going to increase along with your adventure rank, granting you more bountiful treasures from your adventures from leyline blossoms, but naturally your opponents that you encounter will also get stronger. So what that means is that at adventure rank 1, some enemies are just going to be like level 2, level 4, level 5, maybe level 7, but they're not going to be super duper difficult to defeat. Some of the bosses may be like level 20 at that point. As your world level increases, so will those enemy levels. So the enemies will become stronger, and that's where you're going to kind of feel the progression really kick in, because you're going to then in turn be able to fight harder enemies, get better rewards, and do more inside of the game to help you progress even further. With the world level increase, basically it's going to help you get better rewards, probably the best part about it, but other than that, things just get more difficult along the way. So as you're gaining all your adventure rank XP, one of the best things that you'll do is you'll actually join the Adventurers Guild. Now, the Adventurers Guild is actually what gives you that handbook that we were just looking at. If you're on PC, if you just hit F1, it actually opens this adventure handbook. This has got all kinds of stuff for you to do for your adventure rank. I'm on chapter 8. Whatever that means. These chapters don't have anything to do with like story or anything. But as you can see, as soon as you get this, you just visit the statue at Windrise, so you can just hit your map and look at that. Activate 3 waypoints, open 15 chests, and upgrade the statues in Mondstadt to level 2. So super simple stuff. And you get adventure rank and Mora and artifacts just from doing these. And then once you hit all 4 of them, you get like a big bonus. So you get an artifact, some XP books, or some XP tickets, I guess is what they're called, which we'll talk about here in a second, some Mora, and some Primo gems. So yay. As you get your Adventurers Guild and your handbook and all that stuff, you'll be able to pretty much just start gaining adventure rank XP just by doing random things. So when you get to adventure ranks, you will actually be able to claim rewards as you get them. So just by basically starting the game, doing like the very opening cutscenes and just kind of getting into Mondstadt, you'll start to pretty much get like 3 and 4 through there. If you have looked up any kind of rerolling guides, you'll know that the first big milestone is at level 7. Just because at Adventure Rank 7, you can basically you get enough Primo gems to do a certain number of rolls. For the launch of the game, like global launch, everything was kind of centered around getting to 7 as quickly as possible, and then, you know, running with your rolls. If you don't like the account, re-roll it, yada yada yada. If you guys would actually like to talk about re-rolling and why it's important, and if you should or should not do it, let me know and we'll talk about that. So then at level 10, that's kind of another big deal. You do actually get a weapon for doing that one, so that's cool. And then you'll have, you know, up to rank 15, and as you can see at 16 it unlocks the co-op system, and then at 20 is your first world level increase. Once you hit 25, here's actually the first ascension quest that you'll do. At level 25 you'll have your world level increase to level 2, and then you can go all the way up to 30, which it should increase again. And then at 35, you'll have another increase up to level 4 with an ascension quest. And then at 40, it'll go up to level 5 again. And then at 45, you'll have an ascension quest to go up to level 6. And then if I'm not mistaken, yep, 50. And then you'll have another ascension quest there. And then beyond that, we don't know. I have not seen anybody hit adventure rank 50 personally. I know there's a few streamers that are like 48, 49, but I personally haven't seen anybody hit 50 yet. I'm sure there's somebody out there. Adventure rank is super, super important. It's basically your account's level. Like it literally is just like an account level. It just kind of shows how much you have progressed in the game, how much time you've put into the game, and kind of what you've been doing, because you could waste all your time, you know, not getting adventure rank if that's what you wanted to do for whatever reason. But there are a lot of things that are kind of hidden behind adventure rank, so it's probably the most important thing that you should focus on in terms of like progressing through the game. But you can't really farm it, so it's just going to naturally come to you as you progress through the game. Oh, really quick before I forget, opening chests, just opening a random chest will give you adventure rank, and it's one of the like decent ways to actually get adventure rank. Whenever you run out of story and stuff like that, you just kind of have to rely on, you know, getting what you can. Dailies is like one of the best things to do, because doing your dailies, you're going to be able to, you know, amass a ton of different adventure rank experience things, and that's just always what's amazing. Outside of that though, adventure rank is kind of hard to get. You just kind of have to take what you can get, like I said. Beyond adventure rank, what else is there? Well, glad you asked. So we already talked about going into your characters. We did a full character video and talked about that. I didn't touch too much on XP because I knew I was going to make this video. So let's actually go to Venti, because I actually have Venti and he is not at max level for his current ascension level. So we talked about level caps in that character video. Basically, just to kind of recap that, you have these stars here, and you'll notice on some of my lesser used characters, they don't have any stars filled out. And that's because at level 20, you're going to basically hit your first level cap. Up until then, you can run around. I could use Sucrose and just run around on the map and kill enemies and get XP. What I can tell you is that you're going to get like 15, 20, like hardly 0 XP by doing that. It's not even close to worth your time to do it that way. Mainly what you want to do is, as you go exploring, you will find these tickets. I guess that's what they're called. I'm not really 100% sure. They're just called EXP materials. But anyways, I've always just called them books. I don't know why they're not books at all. Cards, maybe? Would they be cards? I don't know. Anyways, these are actually going to be what you'll typically use to gain levels, because you can use quite a few of these and easily gain levels. Now, they do cost quite a bit of Mora, so you kind of have to be, mindful of that. Mora is a big vice on the later adventure ranks. There's a lot of issues with just the amount of Mora that you get versus the amount of materials that you have to spend, and the more that you have to spend to use those to actually get some of the higher ascension levels and stuff like that. So if you can, don't spend Mora, just save as much of it as you can. It's really hard to come by in the late game. Hopefully they're working on that. So anyways, as you level up your characters, you'll eventually hit level 20. As you see, Amber right here is level 20, and we will have to ascend her. So ascending is basically filling out this first star. This is going to ascend her beyond her first level cap. So what that's going to cost is a couple of different materials and about 20,000 Mora. So as you ascend, you will actually unlock passives, you'll unlock extra level caps and stuff like that. Basically, after 20, you're going to be able to go up to 40. As you can see, Lisa here is actually ascended, but she's not leveled all the way up to 40. Once you go past 40, you'll hit 50, which I have my Traveler here ascended, but I don't have her leveled up because I value my my XP tickets or whatever. I value those pretty much very heavily, because when I want to, boost my Gene or my Official up to 60 or 70 respectively, I want to be able to do that like then and there. So anyways, I try not to waste a ton of materials into characters that I know I'm not going to use that often for like legit combat and stuff like that. So beyond 50, you'll be able to hit 60. As you can see, Venti is ascended, but he's not leveled up. And then beyond that, you'll hit 70, 80, and then 90. 90 is kind of like the theoretical limit that we know of right now. It may go beyond that, but like I said, adventure, it's locked behind adventure rank as well. You can't just, start the game, farm out a bunch of EXP materials, and then boost up to level 70 and run through and tear everything up. It doesn't work like that. You can't ascend past a certain level unless your adventure rank is high enough. So they kind of go hand in hand. They kind of work in tandem. So that's basically the gist of experience for characters. As you get into the higher tiers, like I said, it costs a lot of Mora, it costs a lot of materials. It's going to take you forever to farm some of these, but you will definitely get them along your journey, and it's not that big of a deal. Next, we have weapons. So weapons and characters are very, very close in how they work. Basically, weapons also have ascension materials, or ascension levels, just like characters do. So you'll be able to ascend them. Now, this fillet blade is, for whatever reason, the highest tiered weapon that I have in terms of ascension. I've ascended it 4 times up to level 70, and it's max refinement. So in the weapons video that we did, I talked about how weapons and refinement and all that. If you're interested in that, definitely go check that out. All right, so this specific weapon here is ascended, but it is not actually completely boosted to its max level. Basically for this, you're gonna have just a generic level up screen. You can add in materials. So as you can see here, you can add in a bunch of books, and you can just add in a bunch of materials, and then you can hit enhance. And as you can see, we gained experience and it increases the stats. We are now, instead of level 20, we are level 21. For weapons, you actually do have these ore, which are probably the best thing about weapons in my opinion, because you don't have to get rid of weapons. You can just dump all these ore into them. I mean, I have, quite a few weapons that are leveled up. I don't have a ton, but I have quite a few that I have put some resources into, and I still have a ton of that ore. I really feel like they lay the ore on you, and it's easily you can go just destroy a bunch of iron and white ore and the crystal ore, and then you can take those to the blacksmith and actually forge them into those specific weapon ores, so that whenever you want to actually enhance this thing, you can just turn around and use those. That's amazing. It is so good. There's also a refinement for weapons, which is kind of like leveling, I guess. It just takes an identical weapon. It's not really the same thing, but basically, if you wanted to, make this bow better, you can technically refine it by feeding it a duplicate of itself. It doesn't have to be like the exact same refinement level. Like you'll notice if I go into, I can still do this up to rank 3. So it's not like it has to be two level 1s, then 2 level 2s, then 2 level 3s, and 2 level 4s, yada, yada, yada. That would be terrible if they did that. Please, MiHoYo, don't do that. That's pretty much it for weapons. They're super simple. They have a couple of different things about them, but they're not super crazy. Artifacts, on the other hand, are a little bit trickier. We did go over artifacts in another video. I kind of went a little bit more in depth on those. Basically, instead of ore that you get, you just have to feed other artifacts into your artifacts to level them up. I currently don't really have anything that I want to get rid of. I mean, I can kind of show you. So if you go into enhance, it's basically the exact same thing as your weapon screen. And I'll just do that one. Artifact materials are like so much harder to come by than weapon materials. It's insane, but it basically works the exact same way, except there is no ore, which is really, really terrible. It's really unfortunate. Next, in terms of what you can level up, so you do have talents. So talents can actually be leveled up as well. So if we take a look here, this one is actually maxed out at level 6. So I can't actually do that until I ascend her. You can't see that because my webcam is in the way. But basically, must be character ascension phase 5 to level it up. All right. So if we check on this talent specifically here, so if you kind of are confused about what talents are, definitely go check out the character video. We talked a lot about that in there. If we look at this one, as you can see under my webcam, it has a level up button. So if we hit level up, it's going to basically give us a screen very similar to our level up, all the other level up screens you basically freaking get. And as you can see, it's going to cost a couple of materials. It costs these books, which you can get, and it costs some other materials, like this one has the slime secretions. What you'll do is you'll end up farming these books from domains, and then you'll level up your talents. And as you can see, the level up just literally adds extra flame damage. That's it. That's all it does. But it's huge. It actually helps out so much. Talents are probably like one of the top priorities that I would suggest people get into when they first start, because they are super useful, and they increase things way more than you would assume. So if we actually take a look here, you can see there are a ton of different talent books. There's freedom books, there's resistance books, there's ballad books, there's prosperities, diligence, gold. Like there's all kinds of different talent books here. And what you'll do is you'll end up going into your domains, which, by the way, just go into your adventure handbook, go into your domains and look for talent level up materials. And then as you can see today, specifically for my day, it is farmable for the resistance and the diligence books. So that's where you could kind of get those. And it also gives you your adventure rank XP, which is nice. Now you may also notice there's this companionship XP. Probably the least important out of all the XPs, but if you do want to farm it, I guess you can by doing other things throughout the world. Basically that just goes towards your friendship for your characters. If I'm not mistaken, it goes towards everybody that's in the current party when you get that friendship, because I haven't used, I very rarely actually finish a fight with Fischl, because Zhengling is my main DPS for a ton of fights, but Fischl is still almost level 6. So I'm pretty sure it's based on everybody that's in the party, although that could be wrong. And then I believe, last but not least, the last kind of XP that there is in the game is Battle Pass XP. Now, this Battle Pass XP, so the Battle Pass is a way that MiHoYo kind of entices you to play more by giving you these little tasks to do every day, every week, and every Battle Pass period. Now you'll notice, based on the current Battle Pass period, it's going to end for me in the next less than a week. So I have less than a week to finish these 3 tasks, which, as you can see, I already have these 2 finished. I just need to finish one more. And then in this one, it actually shows I have 5 days and 21 hours. So just under, like, a little bit less than a day less than my battle pass period. But I have pretty much 5 days to do these weekly missions. And I mean, they range from all kinds of different things, like forge 20 items, cook 20 dishes, complete 20 ley lines, use Mora, use resin, defeat Storm Terror, which is part of the story, beat the wolf, which is also a quest that you'll do, defeat 10 elite opponents, which is just bosses, which I'm gonna have a video on most of these things here, because they're pretty important. And then collect local specialties between Mondstadt and Leeway. These are kind of dumb. I hate doing them, and I usually don't do them, but you will gain Battle Pass XP for doing these kind of things, and that actually goes to your Battle Pass level. Now, the Battle Pass level, and this is a completely free-to-play thing. You don't have to, like, purchase anything. If you do want to purchase something, you can, in the bottom right-hand corner, purchase either the tier 1 or the tier 2 battle pass. And basically, I think the tier 2 is a joke. The only reason that you would want to buy it is if you just desperately needed the resin from it. And I can't scroll down because the game is preventing me. Yeah, there we go. So maybe if you wanted that fragile resin, maybe, but otherwise I wouldn't even care about it. This one, on the other hand, I thought this was a pretty good deal. Basically, you get some primo gems, you get some talent up level materials, you get some EXP books, and you get a 4-star weapon, which was pretty nice. I like the weapon. I can't really view it anymore, but anyways, if you don't buy anything, you'll only get this top line here. So in the color change, basically is where you won't get it. So at level 1, just for, completing a few things on the EXP here, you'll end up getting, some EXP cards. You'll get some ore, you'll get some Mora, you'll get some more EXP materials. And you can kind of see, like, there's a small little pattern on how it works and what you'll get along the way. And eventually, once you hit all the way to rank 50, you do get a single wish, which is a joke, but oh well. Across the entire battle pass, they give you 5 wishes, I guess, that's cool, whatever. Now, if you purchase this, as you can see, you'll get quite a few more materials just for, purchasing it. You do get a different type of wish material, which I plan to go over the wish system in an entirely different video. So if you don't kind of understand that, then don't worry about that right now, but you'll get that. You'll get this chest, which lets you choose between a prosperity, diligence, or gold talent book. So you can kind of pick and choose what you need for what characters you have. And as you get all the way up, as you can see, you'll just keep getting more and more and more. Now, eventually, you don't get a 5th intertwined fate, which is weird. You just get 680 primo gems, but whatever, that's cool. So Battle Pass XP, super easy, super simple. You can just get it by doing these challenges every day, and then you'll go up in levels. At level 30, you do get the weapon. And over here, you can see there's different weapons. I think this is always going to be a debate on which ones that you want to get. Honestly, it really depends on what character you have and what character you need this weapon for. Typically, these 5 weapons are really good just in general. You just kind of want to pick and choose what you either need resources for or just want to prepare for in the future. If there's a character coming out that you know that you will want, then you can go ahead and grab their weapon. Just really depends. But anyways, I think that is all of the different EXP that you can actually get in the game. There is quite a bit, and it is kind of scattered all throughout the place, but once you kind of get the hang of how the game works with adventure rank and how adventure rank kind of allows you to slowly progress through the game without letting you just completely feel bombarded with a bunch of different crap, it gets pretty easy to understand. It comes pretty naturally, pretty quickly. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. Thanks so much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video or if you found it helpful, make sure you share it with somebody, because I believe that knowledge is power. And that's all I want to do, is kind of share the knowledge with people so that hopefully they can be pretty powerful too. So until the next video, guys, see you later.